All right, everybody. I've got a couple of very special guests for y'all this week. Everybody, please welcome to the show Brian Wolfe and Daniel Kalban. What's going on, guys?
Right. Folks.
Okay. So, for those who may not know, I got these two guys together. I've been hounding the guys over at Summit Comics to send me somebody to talk to because I've been falling in love with what you guys have been doing behind the scenes. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we're here to talk about. You guys have the Summit Origins book going on right now in Kickstarter, fully funded. I should say Summit Pinnacle. And, yeah, so I guess a good way to start this is what is Summit, first off? And then if somebody wants to jump in, too, with, like, how did you guys come together? I know there's at least, 10 creators, probably more, doing this together, so...
I've lost count.
Yeah, I've lost count.
Daniel, were you there for that first conversation, or did you come in?
I saw it as it happened.
Okay.
That's what people like, that could be fun.
Yeah, it was like CJ Hudson over at Travis Gibbs' Discord just one day said, hey, we've got all these like superhero characters that we're all releasing on Kickstarter right now. Like, why don't they just join up in a universe together, and we can share branding and share, the universe and sort of like merge storylines we want to. And out of that, just one message, I'd say within an hour or so, some like weird LLC had just formed out of the ether. And we all just kind of jumped in on it. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's literally just...
I mean, it took months and months.
It's literally what I think we all do, which is a bunch of friends sitting around bullshit and being like, wouldn't this be awesome? But you guys actually went through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's because of the people. Because if you're already in that mode of constant creation and marketing and building things, it wasn't that hard for us. And I think we were kind of excited to actually do it together. I don't know if Daniel felt that way.
Yeah, and of course we had to quickly set aside some rules for, like Travis brings it up, I think in another podcast, that one of the rules for Humanely put down was there could be that we can't bring in characters that had more issues than someone has. So of course mine, for example, my Libertyverse stuff, so that would be like American Dreams, Night Raft, Work at Night, combined have way more summits than Summit. So of course those characters won't be there, so I had to create something original.
Mm-hmm.
Other rules, and the other rules were just being sure we're very organized, which is really important when you're trying to corral like 10, 15, 20 creative people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we assigned roles, and we took votes, and we made it democratic, and we decided right away that we would have some kind of benchmark characters, that the ones that already introduced, Granite from CJ, and Travis and my Upheaval, and then we had Noir, who was a character that Devin R. Scott created, and then they would kind of like come in and sort of be the starting point, but the real starting point is what everybody's putting together now with Pinnicle, which is up on Kickstarter.
So you guys had some of these original characters already in the batch. What was the process of creating the new ones? Did you all kind of go to your separate corners, think of things, and then come together? Or?
Yes and no, because originally what it was everyone's like, okay, everyone make a bunch of suggestions. Yeah. And then it was either you can call one you really want to keep of yours, and then everything else gets kind of like randomized for people who don't have something you really want to settle on. It's kind of like how it went, kind of like Brian?
Yeah, I think that we talked openly and we said, well, what kind of universe do we want? We definitely want the superheroes, but maybe we also want like espionage, and maybe we also want kind of horror, or maybe we want magic, and those are kind of separate quarters. And we even like broke it down and said, okay, well, you're going to be the managing editor of this portion, you'll be the editor of this portion. That way, there is some structure, and as these scripts are being written, you can go through an editor, you can get that information, and they can sort of make sure it all makes sense. So we did have like a heavy edit. I would say heavy in that like there's a structure to the editorial, but it's not like nobody was dictated. Right. I don't think.
It's a lot like quality control and traffic cop.
And is it set up now that all these characters that you're all creating, you guys still own the, like, for instance, for you, Brian, do you and Travis still own Upheaval if, you know, Daniel decides that he's going to be the czar of Summit one day and you guys are like, I'm done with this, or whatever happens, you know, whatever crazy scenario pops up.
That's going to happen. So it's total creator control, and if we do break from Summit, we actually have an in-universe mechanism that sort of sorts out the universe that character no longer exists in. So we can bring in and we can extract characters as we need to, and there's a character who's specifically designed for that purpose.
It's great. I forget who came up with that original concept, but it's a great masterstroke just for general, you know, keeping everyone's sanity. Not just our sanity, because we bring people in and people leave, but just the reader's sanity. Because, like, look at DC and Marvel, and to a lesser extent, some of the Image stuff, they start getting these snarls of continuity to the point you get the Gordian knot.
Yeah.
This way it's a little more streamlined.
Oh yeah, Juna is the thing that can cut that Gordian knot, right? So so that's the character's name, and she's being written right now by Carla Medrano. She was invented by, I think, Marcus and Adam Barnhart. Marcus Jimenez also created it, and then it was Travis who I think decided, oh well, this will be our mechanism, and this is how it will work. So we all kind of pitched in, and it is the only character that is owned by Summit and by nobody in particular.
Right.
So it's the one entity property that is actually just Summit's property.
Interesting. Yeah, you read my next question, because I was like, yeah, it'd be funny if that person decided to leave.
Yeah.
So what I found most interesting about the idea when I first heard about it was, and funny enough that Travis is involved because I know that his distaste for manga, is that you took a very manga approach with this, like, or at least if you plan on taking this very manga approach with this, like, quarterly or like every 2 months big anthology book. Where did that come from for you guys? And who got one over on Travis on that one?
Yeah, I think it was Marcus.
Probably Marcus.
Who wanted that. Yeah. And it kind of makes sense. And I think it makes sense more now, kind of the way we're talking about it. And we've discovered, obviously, anytime you do an anthology, you're waiting on art sometimes, way longer than you expect to in some cases. Or sometimes the art comes in and it's not quite right, and it's got to be redone, or, you know. So we've created another mechanism, right? So here's this quarterly, or really it's going to be, I think, is it bi-monthly, Daniel, ideally?
I
don't know if you know that.
Bi-monthly, if we can pull it off, but yeah, I think it's around there.
Yes. So when these stories are done and they're ready, they'll go into this book. So, and we're seeing it every day. Like, there are people turning in pages literally every day. So I think we're not going to have a problem. I think we're going to be well on schedule with the way we got it set up.
Yeah, because, for example, 2 of the 3 stories I'm writing for this anthology we already have, like, my art done, colors already beginning, so we're really cooking.
Cool. So in the anthology idea, like, I know you said you had the 3 books that are planning to be ongoing, Upheaval, Granite, and Noir. And this is kind of a way to get people into the broader universe, because it's hard enough in mainstream comics now to keep 20, 30 books going at a time. So I can imagine getting people to jump on that many books, especially on a new project, would be tough. Do you see with the anthology being like ongoing stories from book to book, one and done? Like, what's kind of your guys' vision for the anthologies?
It's like a sampling, right?
Oh, you first, Brian.
No, go ahead. I was going to say it's like a sampling. Some will be one and done, and like Daniel, you can talk about his story a little bit.
Yeah, so my story is kind of like our zero issue for the character I've created, who's Vesper, who's kind of like our super soldier spy character.
Yeah.
And his origin story, I divided it up into 3 parts. So the first 2, it goes, and together it comprises like one, like 0 issue. But you read it in 3 parts. So it is a continuing story, but then that'll also be our lead into a Vesper series proper, for example.
Yeah. So
So some people have like if some people are more advanced, I'd say, with Kickstarter or with like creating their own books. Like somebody like Travis or like Adam or like they might be willing to just like put out their own book, their own series right now. CJ definitely is. He's got like 3 issues, like pretty much done. He's just ready to go, and he'll do that on his own. And the summit itself will be running these other things, and I think it's partly for people maybe like myself who's only done a few Kickstarters. I've obviously helped with a lot of other Kickstarters, but I don't really want to run my own. I would rather kind of run it through this other process. So so my story, the go-to guys, I'm going to break that up and I'll put it out over time. And it's a good way to check the market too, right? If maybe it's not the most popular, maybe it doesn't have to be a big thing, right? Maybe it'll be a shorter series or so in that way we are kind of taking manga's approach.
Well, and even Marvel and DC's approach with that, because I mean, not every Marvel and DC character deserves an ongoing or can handle an ongoing book, I should say.
Right.
So it makes sense that certain characters, like, hey, this is a little 5-issue, 6-issue story he's got, and then he'll be back in a year or two, or she'll be back in a year or two, or whenever we get to it. So yeah, how does? So I know right now Kickstarter doesn't allow, for multiple projects to be going on at the same time. So it kind of makes sense for the different creators to handle their individual books. But how does that work in the overall Summit business? I might be the only one interested in this, but I'm going to ask anyways. Business-wise, how does that work? Like, Travis gets X on Upheaval next time. Is that considered a Summit project, or is that considered a Travis Gibb project?
It's a Summit/Orange Cone project, right?
Yes.
He'll have to kick over a certain amount, like percentage-wise, to the company proper, and that's just a part of what we've set up. So that's kind of the agreement we're all making, and then he would run it.
And we're doing it. We're trying to schedule everything out so no one kind of collides with another one, and there's a little gap between campaign to campaign, so the audience gets a little bit of a breathing room.
Yeah, definitely. Did you guys come up with like an overall fulfillment idea? Like, or is individual projects can kind of take care of themselves?
Hello, column A, hello, column B. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be, and we're probably going to adjust as we go. It's going to be one of those things. Nobody has taken on, I'm the fulfillment captain of everything, right? So it is going to be Daniel, probably Travis, probably taking care of their own fulfillment for their own characters, and then Summit will just somebody's going to have to just step up and do those Summit books, right?
Well,
right now, I think, yeah.
I usually using a service because between the day job and everything, I have no time. So I usually use a fulfillment service if someone should do fulfillment, because otherwise nothing's going to get out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was thinking, because doesn't Barnhart have the Meltdown store that he does a lot of fulfillment out of? I was curious if that was a part of all
this. He
this.
did all the fulfillment for our sneak peeks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has not. He has not volunteered for everybody, right? So, he has a life too, right?
Tell him to get rid of the mayor campaign. Just get to work. Come on.
we've even talked about rotating this thing, figuring it out. Just everybody gets a chance at it, and that's the biggest. That's always the biggest hurdle, is time, and that kind of labor. But I think we'll work it out. I think we have enough people that will work it out. Oh,
definitely. And what I liked was when you guys announced the digital backers. I always like you get so many backers, you get a free digital comic thing. Yeah. Just for me, it's really cool because sometimes on the show I'm like, Kickstarters, the pricing is getting a little high, but this is a nice way to be like, hey, yeah, you're getting our one book, but also here's 9 other books. They at least, they're free. They're digital. They're free. Check them out. And some of them are series that, like with American Dreams is one that got unlocked, number 1. Mm-hmm. And one I've read before, but to anyone that hasn't read that, it's a great comic to check out. I've never checked out Bernhardt's Shit Show series. First 3 issues are unlocked on that. That's a really cool idea. So I like what you guys are doing with the stretch goals too. It seems like you're taking all the good ideas and throwing them in there with that one.
I think in general we're being pretty maximalist with just about everything you can do in Kickstarter. We pretty much just decided all things are possible when you have this many hands, with this much skin in the game, and in that way we're all just kind of in on it. We're in to do it, I think.
Right.
Yeah. And I liked, as I was going through the campaign, you know, you're looking at the different types of stories that you guys are telling here. And as you said, the different parts of the universe and everything. But just the 4 you show on the page here that I have on my screen right now, you have this character Brainrot. I don't know what's going on, but I want to be involved with it.
It's great.
Diabolus, which looks like some sort of Punisher-esque kind of really gritty story. You've got Cobalt Cricket right here, which kind of gives me 70s, 80s, like Blue Beetle vibes. And then Brian's story for the go-to guys, which, once again, not really sure what's going on here, but it's a giant building mech that's walking into a tunnel, and I think I'm down, so...
Yeah.
Was that important for this first thing, to really show every story having a different vibe and it not just being one cohesive looking thing throughout it?
Yeah, I think they're all entry points, and we want to have a lot of doorways open for a lot of different people to walk in, right? So I get having those different characters. I mean, the styles are different, the writing is different in every single one, and we're all different. We're all indie, right? So there's going to have that indie spirit to it. Like, I think, right, Daniel? Like,
basically, yeah. It's like it's like different voices, different tones, but one cohesive universe, and that's kind of like what life is in a weird way.
Yeah, it's what we love about comics. I think everybody, I would say most people that got into the comics world came in through Marvel or DC, and when you look at those universes, like, how does Spider-Man and the Punisher exist in the same world, let alone the same book? You know? But they do, and that's what makes it fun. Do you see? So we can get back to the current stuff. Let's talk about the future a little bit. What is kind of the 5-year plan here? Like, where do you guys see yourselves down the line?
5's a big number. But we could probably talk about our next year easily.
I'm just thinking you're interviewing for a job right now. What's your 5? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Brian?
That's the question everybody loves. The job interview. Say, I don't know, pay me more.
Retired
in 5 years, right? Well, so our next plan after Pinnacle is done, and we're really thankful it's already doing really well. You know, we want to stop and really thank everybody who followed it. It's doing great. We know it's going to go out. We know it's going to get in a lot of hands. But after that, so CJ's on deck next. He's got Granite, Separation Anxiety, which is his mini-series. It's like the next mini-series for Granite. Which sort of takes her and sort of depowers her and really looks at that character in an interesting way. And then after that will be, pretty much right after that, should be Upheaval. And then between that, it could be Upheaval or it could be the first Summit Presents. We'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure. Daniel might have more idea on that than I do.
I'm definitely not my department, but because of how our structure is, we could, be done pretty quick succession. It also depends on how everything gets in and done first. Like, for example, my short for Summit Presents is lettering done.
Yeah.
So,
well, I gotta imagine
so
that.
We'll have to see.
I gotta imagine that you guys have to be kind of strict with a book being done when it launches, or at least very close.
Yeah, we actually have some requirements. It has to have at least 2 covers and 5 pages done.
Yeah, because I would think that if you start getting behind, it just is going to snowball, especially with the Summit Presents stuff.
I might push myself to say 2 covers and more than 5 pages done before I'm ready to launch, but that's my personal policy for me.
Pinnacle itself is pretty much done. as of right now. So
Yeah,
it's like it's going to be ready to go.
Yeah, Pinnacle's practically ready to go. Like, we just have to, once it's done, we just have to print and ship.
I'll say, Daniel, your brain works similar to mine then, because I would say I would want my book done, ready to go to printer.
Kickstarter until my books are done.
Yeah.
So well, I will say this:
I'm
for
not
at
going to
least
be the guy
people,
that's getting everything behind. I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Well, and I'm very fast, so even if it was not quite done, it'll be done. It'll be done before that thing starts, because I'm not going to let it play either. It might be in lettering or it might be in coloring, but it'll definitely the line art will be done before we start talking about it.
Yeah, it's the same reason why I don't have Night Raft 2 already out. It's because it's not done. It's almost done, but it's not done. Mm-hmm.
And this I would guess only applies to Granite and Upheaval, but with those books, those campaigns, are you going to have new versions of the number ones with the Summit logo on?
Yes. We absolutely do have that. I know Upheaval itself, we have a 4-page backup story even added to it with a new cover. I'm sorry, 5-page backup story. I drew it. I should know the amount of pages. And Granite, I believe, has something like 18 extra pages or something to that effect on that first number one. So CD is just let's double digest this. Let's just have it as big as possible. So that there's a lot of extra content there. And Noir has a backup story that I wrote for it, or that I drew for it rather, that Devin wrote. So there's going to be not just new versions with new covers and branding, but definitely with new stories. So if you've already got it, it's worth grabbing more.
And you can get those now in the Kickstarter. So
yes, you can. You can even get those digitals through our store, I think, at the moment. Possibly.
Yes. I know there's a bundle with Noir, Upheaval, and Granite.
Yeah.
The World of Summit digital bundle right now.
Yeah.
And what was... I got a feeling I know whose idea it was, but what was the idea behind the Summit sneak peek that you guys did?
This was probably Travis's.
That's a great question.
It was probably Travis's.
Yeah.
How do these things work? It was probably Travis, yeah. Because we probably...
I feel, I've seen Travis do it a bunch of times.
We had the website going, and I think... and he's right, and that's right. It's you gotta let people know who we are before you start asking them to not just follow you, but to put in their money and to trust you, right? And I think that's what that was.
Yeah. So... I guess you guys were telling me beforehand that you both have kind of your own unique jobs in this whole thing. So let's get kind of granular with those two real quick. So, Daniel, let's start with you because I'm really interested in yours. You're going to be in charge of doing convention stuff.
Yeah, I'm the convention coordinator.
So, I guess does that mean that you're sitting there? You have a Charlie Day crazy map with all these pins everywhere, and you're like, well, Travis will be here and Brian will be here, and what does that mean for you?
But it's funny to mention that because even until I was given the task, I'm like, okay, let me get started. And I started driving people crazy. Like, okay, if we did this, and we did this, and we did this, we did this. I'm like, Daniel, stop, we're too early. But early on, I created a proposal for this year and next. And we simplified things because I think we're only aiming really at one major con this year as a group of creators, but everyone else is going to be going wherever they can. Mm-hmm. Kind of Minutemen in the Revolutionary War to promote Summit. Because I know Brian's trying to get into MegaCon to promote us there at Summit. He's also going to be promoting us at a convention in Texas, correct?
Yeah. I got invited to Texas, and I'm just making it a Summit thing. It's for me, but it's going to be for Summit.
And Jay, we have one of our writers is currently selling sneak peeks at a small convention, literally right now. I'm going to try to get some stuff for my conventions this year, and then the idea right now is that we'll have a big presence at Baltimore Comic Con.
That'll be kind of the big the summit, if you will.
We're really calling it the Summit.
The Summit. You got it. We keep doing this, so just.
I came up with the idea, because it's kind of I usually going to. I skipped last year because I had a trip out west, but it's kind of I like doing every year. It's a very comic focused show, so I feel like we would make a good showing there as a company.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
also kind of convenient, kind of middle for everyone, for most of us at least.
So are you behind the scenes designing all these like cool banners and everything, and like that cool tablecloth?
Not the
and-
graphical sense, but we're like literally CJ, like literally I think literally like an hour ago was like, who's designing this and who's designing that? I'm like, CJ, like.
It's gonna be Jerome. It's gonna be Jerome. It's not even like it's gonna be Jerome.
Though I did make the joke of we should get something like that. You know, remember that 1990s Guts thing on Nickelodeon? I feel like we should get like something like that crag and stick like all the characters on top. Put on top
Let's
of the
do
booth.
it. Let's do it.
But like also I'm ready like trying already made like ideas of next year like what big shows we want to hit as a group. Like I said, there's MegaCon, there's Terrificon, there's Baltimore again, there's of course my hometown show, New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So
I'll say MegaCon I've been to once. It's just an awesome, fun, big show. Terrificon is just such a fun, focused comic show.
It
Don't get me
is.
wrong. There's a few celebrities there every year, but like it's so comics oriented. And then
Yeah.
you're also in this awesome. Anyone out there, if you get a chance to go up to Connecticut
yeah,
and go to the show,
the
it's great.
first time I tabled at Terrificon because I tabled there twice. Kevin Conroy walked past my table at this last time at Terrificon, like, hi Batman.
It's awesome.
And I'm kind of kicking myself because I'm doing Fan Expo Boston this year, and then of course Jim Lee's doing Terrificon, so I'm like, oh no.
I'm trying everything to get to Terrificon this year because I skipped it the last 2 years.
The problem is Fan Expo Boston and Terrificon are the same weekend,
Yeah, I think that happens a lot because
and so
I hate when
like,
that
I
happens.
chose to try. Let me try Boston this time. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
It's like Emerald City and MegaCon sometimes are at the same time. Like I don't know why this stuff happens. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
but it also doesn't help because Mohegan Sun and Boston are only separated by 90 minutes, 2 hours from each other
yeah.
as the crow flies. So it's like literally direct competition. So I'm like, now I'm trying to think, how's this going to go? Because I've never done a Fan Expo show before. I kept trying to, something always happens. But like, so we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah, I remember it was a few years ago. I was talking to Javon Stokes, who does. I'm gonna zone on the book he does, but he's from Boston, so he didn't do Terrificon one year and went to the Boston Fan Expo, and it was one of those years where they were both at the same time, and he was telling me like, yeah, I didn't get as much foot traffic as I did, so I came back to Terrificon this year. So I don't know, maybe it was a one year thing, but I remember that story from a few years ago that he was telling me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Well, it's got. Help me decide what's gonna be my New England con for the rest of eternity. But we'll see.
Yeah, that one's and the Mohegan Sun is so much fun. Like even when you're off the con, there's great food everywhere. If you're a gambler, there's gambling. I'm not much of a gambler, but just walking around having.
And I
a good
don't have to
time.
go far from my hotel. It's literally there.
Yeah, it's literally like walk outside and go up an elevator and you're there.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great con. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I've never actually stayed at the Mohegan Sun though. That was the only thing.
I have. It's nice.
Yeah, I heard it's really nice. So
Now I'm thinking of something I don't know if I should think it, but I'll have to talk to some people.
yeah, because when you told me you were doing that coordinate, all I could think of was like every small con I go to in like Western New York, there's always that one company that's like not an indie company, but enough where they have a budget, and they have like 2 tables, and it's usually in the corner, like as you come in, and it's just those tablecloths with their logo all over it. And they got some guy like, hey, you like comics? And giant banners and everything. And I'm like, I could see Daniel
that
behind
us?
the scenes being like,
Yeah.
all right, this is what we're doing. And then, Brian, you said marketing. And
Yeah.
you seem to be pretty active online with social media and everything. So
Yeah.
I could see it. What's that entail for you? Is it just digital marketing? How many radio ads are we getting? Did you get a Super
Well,
Bowl
we're not getting
commercial?
radio ads. Terrestrial we haven't quite done that. But kind of, between me and Adam and we've had a help from pretty much everybody in some way to sort of build out a structure for marketing that started back in September. So we kind of announced ourselves, and we were able to get the CBR article, which was huge, right? Because they don't talk about crowdfunding. They don't talk about Kickstarter stuff. But they were interested in our story, and they were like, okay, well, let's run it. And we had our website ready, and then we started the socials from that moment. And my goal has just been to build out awareness to as many people as possible that we exist, that these are the characters, this is what they look like, these are what the creators are, this is what they've done, this is why you should care about us. And I've just been like kind of plugging away at that. Maybe every couple days there was a post, and then as of January when we were like, okay, well, the pre-launch is up, we're going to start going for it. Now it's videos, and now it's we're getting it out to as many social media outlets as possible, and we're really building really well. And there's more press that's coming, and I think that's been a good strategy for us, is to also get the press, which a lot of people don't go for. Like, they just don't go for it. I don't know why. I never knew why. Like, the very first campaign I did, I was like, hey, I'm doing a horror book. Let me see if any horror websites will take it. And they did. It was just like, they will, because they don't get it very often. So it's been really fun and engaging, and I'm learning video editing. So I'm like, it's been a process. I did like hand-drawn animation. Yeah, I did like hand-drawn animations. I'll just kind of like whatever skills I can like bring to it, I'm gonna bring to it. I can do voiceover, so I'll do the voiceover. I can write, so I'll write the posts. I'll write, So I'm just gonna use every skill, and everybody. If I ask them, they're generally pretty good about giving me stuff for content. So it's been pretty good. Like, I've got a lot more videos planned, and I'm going to spotlight characters. I'm going to spotlight the creators as we go. But it's been, so far it seems to be working, and I don't have enough. I don't have enough knowledge as to like what we could do more right now, because I feel like we're doing a lot. So
yeah, the animations are really cool. I know like the bigger companies do that too, with kind of the still. Hand-drawn animations bundles. And
yeah.
They're always really cool. And I thought yours was on par with any of those, personally. I think
I have no knowledge.
As somebody who sneaks how terrible he is behind the scenes, like I get where you're coming from. Like, it's just, I hope this is good enough, and people say good things, so I hope they're not lying to me.
Yeah.
I promise you I'm not. I always think too, as somebody who like commentates and pretends to be able to write about things that are going on in your guys' sphere all the time, that's another thing that's always like you said, have I not written about something, or like not put something on my Substack because maybe it was a little bit too much of a pain in the ass to get certain assets from a creator, or like they weren't available to me? Oh yeah, 100%. Like, having stuff available to the people who want to write about you or want to spotlight you is huge. And that's one thing I've said, creators just need to do a better job. I understand you guys are doing so much, so I'm not criticizing on a sense of like, how dare you not do this, but more in a sense of like, it could help you, even if like 2 more people write a blog post about it, or a Substack about it, or whatever. Like, just having those assets available to people who want to cover you is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll expand the press kit, I'm sure, and we'll kind of get better at that as we go. Like, we're all learning our roles, really. Like, we've not been part of a company like this before.
Yeah, everybody's got to kind of settle into what they're doing and really get their chunk of the company, and as far as like what they're doing, and really solidify it.
Yeah. And, like we're talking retailers now. Like, we're like why not distribute to our local retailers in our areas? Like, why not do that? Like, maybe we can't ship out like through Lunar, but maybe we can get books to Daniel, and he can somehow get it down to Midtown or wherever, right? Like, it's possible because we're all in it, So we're like looking at that too. So there's a lot of moving parts, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And actually, you kind of read my mind there, because I know you guys are really focused on Kickstarter, and that's where all of you have lived for so long. And I was wondering about the retail plan. Like, that's really it for now? Like, there hasn't been a concrete idea. I know it's tough with diamond
It's
and
beginning
everything.
to have a concrete idea. We have another one of our partners being in charge of retail liaisoning. Is that the right word?
Liaison?
Oh, I'm trying to think of the
Yes.
verb, not the noun.
Liaising.
Liaising.
Yeah.
And I know he's planning to reach out to a few things, and like if we can go to us follow up with the stores afterwards. But I think part of the plan we said was for distribution was, for example, the single issues stories. It's not to put them to stores until we have the whole arcs done. So it's like, there you go. That's so they're not waiting months and months and months for issue 2 to come out.
Yeah,
And I think ultimately Massive is who we would probably do it through, because I think they're already dealing with Travis and whoever.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I remember I just talked to John Westhoff about that whole thing a few months back. It's they do some cool stuff. I was thinking that too, because with Kickstarter you can have wiggle room in between issues, but the retail market, man, that book's late like a month, and
yeah.
like I remember, I think it was DC who started doing these. Let's take a break after issue 6, and we'll come back in a few months. And just for myself, I forgot that book existed, and then it's just gone. And I can imagine that happens like so much with some of these. So yeah,
But
having them all.
I think for some of our bigger stuff like Pinnicle, we're doing our retailer tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had a few take on the deluxe package, like we've had, and we'll offer to the stores that are near us, like we'll come in, we'll sell those books at your table, like we'll be there, we'll make it an event, and we'll work on that on our end too, like we're not going to just leave people to dry. We're going to make sure they have materials. We're going to make sure the stores have extra materials if they need it. Like we'll figure that out. So we're all kind of keen to do that, I think.
Yeah, and getting things like retailer bundles, having a poster up at a local retailer or something like that, like down the line.
Standees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Daniel,
they're talking
I
about.
know, Daniel, you've thought about that at some point. The standee in the comic shop of one of your characters.
They're talking about 3D printing things. Like, come on, like there's some of us are like way.
I was like, oh, let's do this. And someone has to shoot down, like, no, not yet. And then we see the money come in from the Kickstarter, like,
Yeah, no. But then we got CJ who's gonna like hold on to the purse string real tight. So we're gonna we'll be responsible.
They weren't taking my convention plan seriously until they started doing some number crunching. Like, we can swing it now, but it has to be one con.
Oh, CJ get to be the buzzkill in charge of the purse?
He's
And he's good at it. He's really good at it. So that's good though. You want that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we were like discussing at one point. Oh, what would we do? Like put like the book in the Ringos, and then someone did the number crunching of how much we'd have to pay just to print that, and we went.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. What I found out about that. I mean, for any industry, you have to pay to get into all these awards, and it's like, okay.
No, that's to pay the awards. It's to pay the print to put the stuff in the swag bag, just to print.
Oh yeah,
that was the
okay.
idea, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so Travis does have a lot of money. Okay, I got it. Remember that next
Or he
time
just
go
has
out.
extra books.
he gets extras, so yeah.
So you guys are currently on Kickstarter with Summit Pinnacle #1, and I have it. I'm just gonna tell you this. I have it up on my second screen right now, and I think every time I look over, the number goes up. So congrats on that.
Still doing that.
What's, I guess, kind of to wrap everything up, what are you guys offering for this? Like, what can people expect when they get to the page? What kind of rewards are we getting? Things like that.
Shall you begin, Brian, or do you want me to start with, like...
I'll let you go. I've
go
been
ahead,
talking
Daniel.
so much.
Okay. So we have, of course, digital offerings. We have the digital trade. We have the digital bundle with the trade and all those new first issues that Brian's discussed with Granite, Noir, and Upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
We have two soft covers. One cover is by Benjamin Morris. The other cover is by Pete Collins. And you also can get those with the little world of what's it called?
It's a World of Summit
People
Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to so I have my own record. And I just need to move this over here so I can see. And then we have 2 hardcovers. Our hardcover A is by Dave Acosta, who's the Thundercats artist right now. And our hardcover B, which is only limited to 250 copies across 3 different tiers. So 3 different tiers have different availability of this. Is Phil Hester's cover.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was big too. Do you guys know, like, who stalked Bill Hester and tied him down
Adam.
to do this?
Adam. It was Adam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He
He made it happen.
That's a really cool get. Like I was,
But you had to talk to, he's one of those guys that he's so booked. You have to talk to him months in advance, and it's real important. So it's possible, everyone in the world, it's possible, but you have to budget time, and you have to stick with it. And these guys are so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like to also note for the hardcover B, the Phil Hester cover, they also have, if you get that, you're one of the 250 backers who gets those Phil Hester things in whatever tier you get it from, you get a book plate with a sketch done by one of the artists. So it could be Phil Hester, it could be Brian, it could be Pete. You just name the character, they'll draw it, put it in, but you never know exactly which artist you'll get.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
okay.
And we also have a everything tier, so you get every cover, every book. And also we have our 2 retailer tiers.
Now, I guess I didn't realize the World of Summit bundle. You have those issues printed, or are going to be printing them for this campaign?
Yeah.
So people could get physical editions of those with this campaign, not
Yes.
just digital.
And of
That's
course,
awesome.
Yes.
Of course.
It's a lot of comics.
And of course, if you buy the physical, you get the digital copy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I always feel
And-
like I should say that more when I. But to me, I'm like, of course you get the digital copy. Like, why wouldn't you get the digital?
Yeah, some people don't. It's surprising that some people don't do the free digital copy. It's like, really?
Oh, I have a friend, a local comic creator who I won't name him because I don't want to call him out, but he still doesn't do digital versions of his comics, and it drives me insane. I'm like, dude, it's free money.
Yeah, you got it in a file somewhere. Just put it
Like, literally,
bundle
like,
it.
Those digital only sales can really save your campaign in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Like you can hit goal with those digital campaigns that has it's basically the emergency should some of your print costs go up or shipping costs go up.
Yeah, definitely. Man, that Phil Hester cover is really cool. How many different stories are you guys looking to get into this first thing?
Oh, we got so many. Do you have what?
'Cause I know it's 120 pages, right?
Is it?
120 or?
I should know this.
Yes, you should. I don't. No, not yet.
I think it's either 11 or 12. It is. I know that everybody's pretty much a 6-pager. We've got 2 backup stories that are 2-pagers, and then we have Granite, which I think is an 8-page story. So I think everybody else is at the 6-page
And
level.
we also have a overarching connecting tissue story, which is a little longer. So
Yeah. So whatever the math was on what I just said and what he just said, that's the math of how many.
over
stories are
120. Over
And
120.
and it's all done. So it'll be out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your overarching story. So you got your Secret Wars, your Crisis on Infinite Earths ready to.
You got it.
Ready
And
to
that's the
barrel,
thing
ready to
about
go.
Pinnacle is it comes back next year. It's still going to be Pinnacle. That's literally what we're calling our event, and it's going to happen every year. So while this is our entry point to the universe, right? Am I getting it right, Daniel?
Yeah.
This is then the second one is like it's going to tie in even more. So the stories, while they're kind of separated now, will be tied in to the larger story. Each of them.
Basically, it'll be a self-contained event.
Yeah.
We have the option to write tie-ins if we so choose, but instead of making like this, across the entire lineup, it's one nice self-contained graphic novel where everyone chips in.
Yeah, I could try to con me into getting 8 different tie-in books along with it, and then
I mean, if Daniel wants to make like Vesper's Road to Pinnacle, I guess that's on him. That's something he wants to do.
I've got plans for Vesper that I think if I try to do a tie-in, it would cause a little bit of a car crash for myself. So.
Yeah, and I think I don't think anybody's going to do that. I honestly don't.
Right. We have
there might be a Juno story, but that's about it.
Yeah. Like, we'll have, like, little stories that might be part of this.
Yeah.
Within this bigger event book. But we won't be doing necessarily a tie-in story. Because I know I've already been quasi-assigned my potential story for it already, along with another writer. So.
Very cool. So we've got Summit Pinnacle #1. It's on Kickstarter right now, and it's killing it on Kickstarter right now. For the future, it looks like we got Brian. You're still doing the art for Upheaval, right? So
yep.
You and Travis doing Upheaval. Issue 2 coming soon. We got Granite coming soon. Noir coming soon. Is Vesper going to be coming this year, or are you kind of?
I'm trying because I have American Dreams coming out. It's going to be a 2-issue Kickstarter for American Dreams. My Chutzpah team has to do a second volume of Chutzpah. That was my Jewish anthology from last year.
Yes.
So I have to figure out where I'm going to slot in Vesper, which probably won't be until the fall. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I know my artist is working on the first issue of that.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Adam Bernhardt didn't have 2 or 3 Summit titles this year based on his progress.
Yeah, that dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if CJ has a whole arc of Granite done.
Oh, and of course, yeah. Granite's going to have...
At the end of the month.
Yeah. Granite's going to have one of those omnibuses by the end of the year. It's going to be thick.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, I'll be like, come on, one issue of Vesper. Let's go.
So I guess so everybody go check out Summit Pinnacle. I'll have links down below and all that. Outside of Summit stuff, though, you both are accomplished creators on your own. I guess, Daniel, you just said American Dream. You're doing is it continuing volume?
Issues. Two new issues to continue our second story arc. And I know we're coloring issues 9 and 10 now, so hopefully next year I can also do 9 and 10 in one Kickstarter, so that whole first arc will be done, and I can soon do the volume 2 for that.
Yeah, and people can still pick up...
6 last year, just had how things lined up. We're getting 7 and 8 done in one Kickstarter this time.
And can people still pick up volume 1 through their local comic shop, the Band of Bards version?
You can probably order the single issues for Band of Bards. I have the last copies of the trade.
Okay, well, call Daniel if you want to trade then, everybody.
Yeah.
And what about, you said you're doing your anthology, remind me of the name, it was the Chutzpah. The Jewish Culture Anthology, right?
Jewish Comics Anthology, yes.
Yes. And what about the Sherlock Holmes book you were doing? Is that still going on?
Jeremiah is still drawing it, and we just won an award literally this month from the Doylean Society of New York. Well, he won
awesome.
it, but it's for the comic. And I was there to represent the comic.
So all great books,
exist
everybody. Yeah, I love that Sherlock's book. American Dream's a really fun superhero book.
I literally just got fresh copies of American Dream 6 and Sherlock 1 literally yesterday to get ready for conventions this year. So
yeah.
I have fresh copies literally in my living room.
So everybody follow Daniel to get those. And Brian, you just released Steel Victory, finally. I know that was kind of a slog for you. Yeah. Other than that, or you've just been working on Summit stuff? Or?
I've been doing a lot of Orange Cone stuff too, because Travis has me on a tight leash. So I'm going to be in. He's got a Cthulhu Oz reprint coming out, and I have pages in that. So he added pages, and I drew them. He's doing his Voodoo Nations. He's going to do like a trade of that, and I have 8 pages in that. So I got to draw little Voodoo Nations.
That's coming from Source Point Press.
Yeah, which is a Source Point book now. And then, let's see what else I've got going on. I mean, I've done a number of anthologies, probably stuff that hasn't been announced yet.
Can you and I did the short together for Holiday Spirits Monsters special that just came out?
Yes, we did the Phantom of the Opera story, Holiday Spirits story, yeah. So I drew that for Daniel.
Why did I pick that?
That makes no sense, Daniel.
Yeah, and Michael Watson's Hot Shot series, I drew issue number 14, which is, he's got 13 up on Kickstarter right now if people want to get that, and then 14 is one that Travis wrote and I drew. So he's doing like a whole villain Gauntlet series here, and I got to draw that. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm probably going to end up drawing issue 17 for him as well. Nice. So yes, so that's
awesome.
What's going on.
So everybody, well, before we wrap up completely, Daniel, where can people find you online? Do you still do social media? Do you website?
I do social media. I'm on Facebook as Daniel Kalban. I'm on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram is DKalban. I'm on Twitter, well, X, I'm still on Twitter, as at Daniel Kalban. And you can also find me at danielkalban.com.
And for you, Brian, you being the social media guy, I'm going to give you double duty. So
yeah,
I know you're on social media, but also where can people find Summit on social media?
So Summit, first go to our website, which is an excellent website that Adam built, and we're going to be offering, and sign up for that newsletter. We're actually going to be offering stuff, including I'm going to announce it here, a webcomic that I wrote and drew is going to start appearing on this newsletter. So it's going to be a free Summit comic every couple weeks. You'll get a free one of those, and that's at readsumm.it. So it's Read Some It, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us at Read Summit. Just put Read Summit in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok. It's all the same. So it's everywhere. It's Read Summit. And we're at Read Summit/pledge if you want to get any of our books at any time. So we're going to just use that same handle, or that same URL for every time we're doing a Kickstarter. And as for myself, I don't know, I've got no energy to do anything for myself at the moment, so I'm just putting it all into Summit. So just follow Summit, you can find me.
Oh, that's a cop-out. Okay. Everybody, also check out the show notes down below. I'll have links to, most importantly, this Kickstarter that you all want to be a part of, because it's super exciting. And be in the ground floor. You can be the hipster 10 years from now. It's like, I was there when Summit Comics started, guys. And make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Check out the website, link down below, all that. So definitely support these guys and what they're doing. Guys, it's been a blast. I look forward to seeing where you are in 5 years, Brian, and what's going on with Summit Comics, because I think this is a really cool, neat idea.
So let's call it. We'll be here in 5 years. How about that?
Yeah, let's meet again in 5 years. Let's do that. How about that?
All right.